Hey, pre-notification gang. Yeah, I just noticed that too. I accidentally cut out the moist meter rating. Oh well. One quick text message. Okay, now I'm back. Thanks for resub Toe, Rotted, and Wallopew. And Denkin. Yeah, I know Denkin. Have not seen the new Jujutsu Kaisen yet. Thanks for resub Shaq, Thick, Arkin, and Omniav. Sorry to hear it was bad, And yeah, I know. I learned that just a little bit ago that I accidentally cut out the rating. Oh, that's right. Our place is back, isn't it? I saw that it's all fuck Spez, the Reddit admin. Oh, nope. It's now changed. Now there's only a couple pockets of fuck Spez. I wonder if he's silencing them. There's the resub Marie, Thrax, Worldwide, Donche, Swiggity, Flower, and the gift sub Colonel. Yeah, of course I'm play Space Marine 2 when it comes out. Thoughts on the Alita Battle Angel sequels being confirmed? Have they been confirmed? Next resub Ino, Ivanator, Dallas, Hyper, Extra, Nasty, and Tier 1 Margin in the Prime Psycho. Did I see the drama in the FIFA esports scene? No, but you did just remind me. Overwatch League is dead. Like, actually dead. No, actually, hold on. Wrong article. I guess this one's fine. Who cares? Yeah, exactly. That's why it's ending. Thanks for resub Joe, Pirate, Teddy, Frosty, Nautical, Bear, Titans, Devore, Road, the gift sub Mogi. Tempest drama going crazy. What are you talking about? What's the Tempest drama? I know, Arrow. Fucking wild. Thanks for some Booty, JBH, and Stinky. And yeah, I just checked on our place. Thanks for the resub Yav, Crispy, and the Bits Nick. And the resub Exotic. No, I can't say I saw that, Jay. Thanks for the resub Popo, Sand, Sinbad, and Galdu. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the new Bleach season. I haven't started it yet though. Well, part 2 that is. Thanks for your sub, Space Cowboy and the bits money. Why is everyone hating Spez on Reddit? Because of all the API stuff. They couldn't hold true to a true protest, so the best they can do is just make mean words about him on our place. They still don't like him, but they couldn't keep up the Reddit blackout. So this is the second best they can do. Yeah, Spez is the chief asshole in charge of Reddit. Thanks for sub Grayson, Zand, Luminaire, Sub, Provolone, Pix, Yachty, Skywalking, and Aiden, and Smallest. And Mog. Oh yeah, I saw the new Spider-Man 2 trailer dropped. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll check it out in a little bit. And no, I'm not familiar with the lore that much, Milk. Thanks for sub Hoobie. Thanks for the gift sub Provolone. Yeah, no, our place was all like anti-spez shit, and then I'm guessing the admins just wiped it. Because I just checked and it's only like a pocket now. Thanks to the resub Dix. And no, I didn't hear that story at all. Thanks to the resub Phoenix. And no. Do still plan on doing the ARC stuff, but it won't be able to be on stream. Thanks to the bits Aaron. So we'll see. Thanks to the tier 1 Kalaz. Thanks, Rusub AJ. Why are they shutting down the Overwatch League? Dwindling interest would be my guess. It's actually pretty wacky. I haven't read this article on it. I wonder if this gives the full overview. Let me see. 6 years after the Overwatch League was formed, dark clouds loom on the horizon, but is OWL coming to an end? As the esports industry continues to navigate a dark period, commonly referred to as the esports winter. Jesus, that's embarrassing. Please don't call it that. This is just very natural for a highly inflated industry. Everyone knew this day was coming. They just kept kicking the can down the road. Oh, here we go. The 12 initial teams paid $20 million to enter the league in 2017, with the price of 8 expansion slots rising to as much as $35 million a year later. Actual full-blown scam. I brought this up multiple times after starting Moist Esports because not a lot of people, like very few people, but a couple of people asked if we'd have any interest in Overwatch, and I said even if like we did really like the competitive scene a lot, super passionate about it, there is no world where we could afford the buy-in. And I said it was like 20 million, and chat was like, "You're so wrong. No way. No, it's not. You're lying." It's truly abhorrent. This was a crazy fucking scam. Resub Kaiser, Ryan, and Chicken. Despite big ambitions and the extravagant sums of money involved, the Overwatch League has lost steam over the years, failing to ever eclipse the viewership it achieved at launch. Multiple factors have contributed this, from the controversial YouTube exclusivity deal to the 2020 global health and travel crisis to the allegations of abuse and harassment at Activision Blizzard. I don't know how much the YouTube exclusivity deal mattered. Even if it wasn't and they were still broadcasting on Twitch and YouTube, well, actually, they wouldn't be able to under Twitch's new rules. That'd be illegal. That's forbidden. Okay, let's just assume they never had the exclusivity, though. I don't think it would change. The interest in the game overall has been declining. And the esports sector of any game is always just a pocket. It's not the whole community. So it's kind of a niche within the community itself already. I don't think it would have mattered that much. There's a resub Fry, D-Storm, and Pi. Viewership in the Overwatch League has been in free fall. The recent 2020 spring stage qualifier had a peak of 118K and an average of 55K, a huge drop-off from 437K and 140K from Season 1. Do they do drops? Because this is actually a lot higher than I would have expected it to be. That's actually higher than the LCS. I imagine they do drops in order to gamify it a little bit to cheese some viewers. They do? Okay, that makes sense. With no clear path to profitability and Activision Blizzard in the middle of acquisition by Microsoft, the Overwatch League could be on its last legs. It is. I hope they cover it. Yep, it's right here. As of July 20th, there's no confirmation that the Overwatch League is coming to an abrupt end. However, this possibility has become increasingly likely since Activision Blizzard released its second quarter earnings report, and the document revealed that OWL teams will vote on a new operating agreement at the end of the current season. A team that opts out of the league will be entitled to receive $6 million in termination fees. This means that if all 19 franchise teams decide to withdraw from the league, Activision Blizzard will pay a total of $114 million in termination fees. They're literally paying you to leave. They're like, please leave. We will even pay you to get the fuck out. Thanks, resub Fino, Benadryl, Young, and the gift sub Brina, and the resub tease. Everyone will take it. I really think every single franchise team will. But imagine one that has so much money that they want to be petty. They could not take it and basically just hold the Overwatch League hostage, I think. Which would be fucking amazing. Just one team. The Bumblefuck Scoremasters. The last Overwatch League team holding out, refusing to take the buyout. It's like when a city's trying to buy like a dilapidated house in order to build around the area and the owner just won't sell. It's like that scene in Better Call Saul, actually. But with an esports squad. Thanks, resub Joe, Dave, Flappy, Uzi, Beef Jerky, and the bits. Dumb. Never heard of that game. I can check it out, though. Not sure, Arrow. Good question, though. Thanks, resub Limbo. In the city case, I believe the government can forcibly take it. I don't think so. I'm not an expert, but this is very personal, actually. My university, the University of Tampa, they were doing some rapid expansion, and they were buying up a ton of houses and a ton of property around the area in order to keep building the university out over the last 10 years. There is still, to this day, last I checked, although it's been about a year now, so maybe it's different, one house in the middle of all of it. It's right before their lacrosse field, right next to their gym, and right in between their dance studio. There is one fucking house that they cannot buy because the owner will not sell. He refuses to sell. He's had it since like the fucking 30s. That shit's been there since the Stone Ages. He will not sell it. Apparently they keep offering and he just says no thank you. And he keeps his house planted in the middle of everything. In a sea of university students, there is one 2-story rough shape house that they cannot take from him, I guess, because he is not selling it. Unless he did over the last year. Like I said, it's been about a year. I hope he didn't, though. I really hope he didn't sell it. Thanks to the resub Oli, Gray, Aldo, Stadium, and the Prime Kill and Tier 1, Muchacho, and Bits Arrow. You know, I was saying I've never heard of that game, dumb, but I can check it out. There's a lot of houses that have done the same. Yeah, I don't think they can just forcibly take it. That'd be such a huge violation, I think. Like, that'd be highly illegal to just take it if he's not willing to sell. After spending between 20 to 35 million in franchise fees, plus millions more in operating costs over the years, many teams may simply opt out of the league and take the termination fee to stop the bleeding and recoup some of their losses. Independent reporter Jacob Wolf reported in May 2022, Activision was still owed approximately 400 million in unpaid franchise fees from Owl and CDL, as payments were deferred during lockdowns. This is another one you guys didn't believe me on. CDL was also a $20 million buy-in, roughly, for the esports side. You guys didn't believe me there either. It is. It is legitimately just a full-blown Activision Blizzard scam. The fucking franchising costs. I think it was even 25. It might have been 25 for CDL. I can't remember. But I know it was at least 20. In May 2023, the Sports Business Journal reported that Overwatch League had agreed to waive the outstanding franchise fees for all teams. At the time, the Owl teams still owed anywhere between 6 and 7.5 million to the league. According to Activision Blizzard's most recent financial report, the Overwatch League revenue represents less than 1% of the company's consolidated net revenue. This came only 2 months after the company stated that the Overwatch League and Call of Duty League continue to face headwinds which are negatively impacting the operations and potentially the longevity of the league under the current business model. There is no business model. The business model was hose these organizations for a massive franchise spot buy-in and nothing else. There is no business model. Esports is not a business. It's just net loss forever. Literally forever. No one's figured it out yet. Thanks to resub Phoenix and the gift sub Totem and the resub Jim and the Prime Henry. They do. They're called the minarets at UT. That's the towers you're talking about at Plant Hall. Thanks to resub Bread and Jam. Yeah, I'm going to play Remnant 2. I know, I forgot to put the Barbie score in the moist meter. I accidentally cut it out. That's my bad. Like I said, I thought it was fine, though. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't dislike it. Thoughts on this year's art place? I only just checked it. I mean, it seems fine. Seems a little fishy that it's no longer all fuck spez places on there, so it makes me feel like he might have deleted them, but other than that, seems fine. Thanks, Resub Bear. No specific date has been announced as of yet. All we know is that the team owners will vote to either continue in the Overwatch League under a new operating agreement or walk away and receive a $6 million fee at the end of the current season. The 2023 Overwatch League season will come to an end with the LAN finals scheduled for September 28th through October 1st, and the event will take place in Toronto, co-hosted by the city's franchise Toronto Defiant, and feature the top 5 teams from the West, top 3 from the East. The winner will take home $1 million. Yep. I'm sure this one might actually get viewership because it'll be the last one. And then they're paying people to get the fuck out. Closing down the house party, turning off the music, and then giving them a little goodie bag of $6 million on the way out and a pat on the ass. He's a Prime for real. The resub Chris. Really hazy. That's fucking shocking. Thanks to resub Bear. Not yet, Staley. I was going to watch that in a little. Thanks for resub Waffles, Pashi, Retro, and the Prime Calf. Even if Overwatch League does disappear at the end of the 2023 season, this doesn't necessarily mean that Overwatch esports will cease to exist. In a May 5th interview with Deserto, Sean Miller, the head of the Overwatch League, highlighted that the company remained committed to supporting the game's esports ecosystem. Overwatch esports are not going away anytime soon. Oh, is that right? Just like Overwatch 2's campaign's coming out any day now, the PvE is going to be amazing. We're going to have seasonal storylines when you couldn't deliver on that. All of those other amazing promises that have come true for Overwatch. Your word means a lot, Sean. The Overwatch track record has been stellar. Blemish-free. Thanks, resub Sasquatch, Ice in the Prime Zerv. That's super weird, Chris. Send it on Twitter then, if it didn't work through the actual site. But resend it as well. I'll double check. There's rumors about teams suing over false statements to investing, which is why they're offering the $6 million. They should still sue. I mean, they should still sue. This article hasn't mentioned it yet, but they apparently also laid off most of their staff, like their esports staff, for Overwatch. I read that earlier today, but maybe it comes in towards the end of the article. On July 19th, Miller underlined the same point, telling Verge that Activision Blizzard is building towards a revitalized global scene that prioritizes players and fans. As opposed to what? Prioritizes what? Like, this is esports. Players and fans. There's nothing else. Like, I mean, I guess you could prioritize money, but you've done a terrible job with that, too. Like, I don't... This is a nothing statement. This is legitimately a nothing statement. This means nothing. There's a resub Goo, Aiden in the Prime, Quinn. He added that the company could be taking elements from other esports leagues when designing the future of Overwatch esports. One such league is Overwatch Apex, a tournament series in South Korea organized by cable TV channel On Game between 2016 and 2017. Apex came to an end in late 2017 when Blizzard announced that Overwatch Contenders would operate in 7 regions, and it was rebranded as Contenders. What does this mean for the Call of Duty League? It's unclear at this point how the cancellation of the Overwatch League will impact its sister, but what is clear is that the recent round of layoffs at Activision Blizzard has affected workers who were involved in the CDL operations. CDL senior producer Nicholas Henshoden was among the almost 50 people who were let go earlier this week. On Twitter, he said that he and his entire content team had been laid off, and he'd been with Blizzard since 2017, working with Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch before transitioning to Call of Duty. Yeah, they don't really have an esports staff. They're slapping them. Thanks to the resub. Cutie, Hype, 5-0, Zombie, Phil, T-Mills, Alabama in the Prime, Shin. Oh, it should already be there way, way, way before that, Silent. So something went awry. Definitely toss a message. Thanks, Resub Garcia. Are there any esports scenes that are on the come up? On the come up. None that pop into my mind. I mean, unless you want to get cheesy with it like Street Fighter 6, but that's just Street Fighter and this is the newest title. Thanks, Resub Parblox. Thanks, the bitch arrow. No, it's good news though, Arrow. Glad to hear that. On the July 14th episode of Nade Shot Knows, 100 Thieves President and COO John Robinson presented that all CDL teams will be in a relatively healthy position by 2025. That's a good thing for the league overall, for all businesses to go through that transition of getting to break even. If you say so. How are they getting to break even by firing all of their staff and paying people to leave the league? I understand this is for Call of Duty, but this is not showing me signs of any kind of health around the corner for the company in the esports sector. Maybe he's right though. He must know something I don't know. Very interesting. Thanks, Resub Vocal. I still play it from time to time, Stoned. Well, it's been a while, actually. Thanks to Prime Null. But it's still around. Thanks, Resub August. They're going to get a bag for exclusively streaming on YouTube, so maybe they think they'll break even off that. Why, they already have that. Overwatch League was YouTube exclusive. Apparently wasn't that big of a bag, and their viewership is trash compared to what it used to be. Thanks, Resub Cambe. Yeah, I'll try and watch Oppenheimer in IMAX. That'd be nice. Thanks, Resub W. It's just not a good spectator game. I'd be inclined to agree with you. It's not the best spectator game, mainly because even though I do think Overwatch 2 changed it a bit, for the longest time it was literally just shoot at meat pile, wait for alts, coordinate alts, and not a whole lot else for a while. I think 2's definitely improved on that a bit, but for a long time that was basically the esports scene. Thanks for the resub. Super Spirit Cosmic in the Prime, TJ. Oh yeah, in other Overwatch news, it's coming to Steam. Yeah, I saw. Oh, actually, it's coming to Steam much sooner than I thought. August 10th. Overwatch 2's coming to Steam. To me, that sounds desperate. Very desperate. Those player count numbers must not be looking good. Thanks the Prime, or the Bits Augusto and the Resub Celt. Best spectator game in your opinion for esports? I think the easiest esport to watch, even as someone that doesn't really play games, is Rocket League. Super easy to understand, very flashy, very interesting. Rocket League is probably the easiest, most accessible esport. You don't have to play the game, you don't even have to know games, and you can understand it because it's soccer, cars, and the cars can fly. Got fucking jet boosters. Thanks to the resub Kinky. Why is LCS dying when the EU League is thriving? Innumerable horrible decisions from Riot. Most recently, putting it on the fucking graveyard shift for spectators. They give it the worst time slots for watching. It's like they actively want to kill it. Here's the Prime. Dab in the gift sub Tony. And the Bits Augusto. Should be on the site, but if not, you can just use like the normal God Slap one. I mean, I could see it easily. Things a Bits Arrow. You see the official SpongeBob porn book? Isn't that a meme? I don't think it was official, right? Is resub demented. Animators from the show drew those. No way. It's like actually official. I don't see a single article written about it. I'm pretty sure that's just a Twitter... Nope, wait. What do you know? So, a YouTuber named L Supersonic Q, who specializes in unearthing and analyzing previously lost episodes of cartoons like Johnny Bravo and Dragon Ball Z crossover, released a video called The Darkest SpongeBob Lost Media Found, revealing a collection of crude drawings and SpongeBob characters by the official animators. How did he verify the authenticity that they were actually made by the animators? Is resub demented and Cupid? He used carbon dating. Ah, that would explain it. It's definitely one of the biggest pieces of lost media that I've ever seen, and something I've never even considered having existed. Apparently this kind of thing happens a lot during content creation, as some of the artists have since mentioned. But talking about it with my source paints a more personal picture to me about why it exists, and hopefully people will take that away from the video too. Whether it's harmless fun or something malicious, the book fuses both of these aspects together and creates an incredible piece of animation history. According to L Supersonic Q, an anonymous source who worked at Nickelodeon Studios was gifted one of many copies of the notebook that contained hundreds of lewd drawings. The anonymous source's copy of Behind Closed Doors sat in their attic collecting dust until they came across a 2012 Hogan's Alley interview with some folks from the SpongeBob team who mentioned the book in passing. That led them to share the notebook with a YouTuber. My source's copy was given to them under the impression that it was one of the only ones that existed and were going to be disposed of, apparently to get rid of it before the new management at the time. These sound very cool. This makes sense. I could believe this. At the end of the season, all the storyboard artists would do these hilarious crude drawings of SpongeBob on post-it notes just to make everyone else laugh. And the drawings would go on the back of the door because if the door was open, no one would see them. SpongeBob writer and storyboard director Kent Osborne told Hogan Alley. Sam Henderson took all of these post-its and made them into a book and gave a copy to everyone. The name of the book was Behind Closed Doors. He didn't want to put everyone's name in case it fell into the wrong hands, so he made anagrams of everyone's name and put them on the back of the book. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. If this is like an actual source here, that's very believable. Thanks to the resub Jacob Large Resin in the Prime. Cutie in the resub 999. Things like this have been done before. The storyboard artist for Rugrats made some incredibly weird shit. Yikes. Rugrats? Holy Lord. That is some disturbed, demented shit. Like SpongeBob, it's kind of like silly and goofy, assuming they don't use any like kids in there. Rugrats is actual babies and nothing but kids. That's not even the same. That's fucking weird. Is you resub JF and Kinjo. And the resub Gamer. No, I still want to play Dante's Inferno at some point. Just haven't had a chance. Thanks, resub Officer. Happy birthday, large boy. You gonna take a look at the storyboards? Man, I can't open just fucking SpongeBob Rule 34 on stream, man. Let's resub, do what I want. No, just watch the video on it later. Let's resub Fox. One of them has SpongeBob singing out of his dick hole. Cool. Thanks, resub Asteroid. Sounds nice, I guess. Whatever. Into the resub tray. Resub warrior. Am I excited for the UFO hearing next week? I am. I am looking forward to that. I don't think anything interesting is going to come from it, but who knows? I'll hold on to a little hopium here that there might be some real evidence confirming aliens in some way. Yeah. I am looking forward to it. Exit Prime. Lawn. The resub Panda and the bitch Tory. My dad hasn't really been keeping up with the alien news, actually. I had to tell him about it. And I still don't think he's keeping up with it all that much. I think he's just waiting for like a huge UFO event kind of thing. Oh, I forgot to look it up. What's the FIFA esports drama? What's going on? FIFA esports World Cup finalists responds to penalty row. Wow, that was on the BBC. What the fuck? Why? Pro gaming teams say the result of the FIFA World Cup final has been overshadowed by controversy. A row broke out after Mark Zachary, aka Mark 11, lost to Manuel Bakour on penalties. What does this mean? What is a row? I'm assuming it's like a fight. Thanks, resub fork. A fist fight. Why be so fucking pretentious with it? A row? Have some shame. Mark's team, Footwiz, claimed he tried to stop play because his controller inputs were visible on a big screen revealing where he was aiming. Organizer FIFA E said its reviewed footage and found no competitive advantage was gained during the match. Competition game FIFA 23 has an option to enable input overlay, which displays a player's controller on screen. Competition game FIFA 23. Who wrote this? What? Why would you refer to it like that? Is that like a game mode in there or something? Why are they calling it competition game FIFA 23? Non-gamer from the BBC? Yeah, but even if that was the case, they could have just said FIFA 23 has an option to enable input overlay. This is actually feeling AI written. This meant Mark's button presses were also shown around the arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. His team, Footwiz, claim he tried 3 times to tell referees and asked them to restart the shootout, but lost 4-5 to Team Gullet player Bakour. Mark tells BBC Newsbeat the distraction mentally affected him a lot. I didn't know what to feel because it was too hard a situation to be in, he says. Millions of people can see where I'm shooting. I honestly didn't know what I was doing at the time. Mark's clear that he doesn't think his opponent's team would cheat, but isn't impressed with the way organizers handled the situation. Cool trophy. His opponent Manuel says he had no idea that a controller was even on the screen, and I just heard some noises in the background. If I wanted, I could look, but if I did, I would probably be disqualified. Manuel says it's possible Mark wasn't in the zone due to the distraction, but he's not responsible for that. And Manuel says he feels amazing. I mean, you don't say he just won 300k. This isn't that interesting. Thanks to the resub, Arcrim, Soto, Ceruzli, and Tier 1 Batman. Cool stage. The production here looks nuts. Ugh. What people are fighting about in FIFA is that in the new game mode, the male and female players are going to be playing together, and people are upset because it's not realistic. That had nothing... What are you talking about? What did that have to do with the FIFA finals there? That was the controversy? Or are you talking about something totally separate? Thanks, Resub Indy. And Joda. And Tickler. Love Jujutsu Kaisen. Haven't seen the newest episode yet, though. Yeah, I just heard about the McNugget girl winning the lawsuit, which is wild. Thanks, Resub Revenge. Hey, 800k in the bank, though. No, I haven't seen the new Spider-Man trailer yet. I don't know, there's too many good ones to choose from Arrow to have to really sit down and think about it. You hear about the Burger King manager who served the customers trash can fries? How did the customers even tell? It's Burger King, everything tastes like trash can. I'm assuming they must have seen him do it or something, like security camera footage caught him. It tasted better than usual. Yeah, they got suspicious. This isn't nearly as bad as it normally is. You gonna play Baldur's Gate 3? I don't know, I might. Haven't decided. Where's the Prime gun? I doubt it's your kind of game. It's similar to Divinity 2. That's what my friends keep saying, and it makes me want to play it out of spite. I mean, I'd like Divinity 2. It's just a big time investment with a group of friends. It's hard to get everyone on the same page for it. Thanks, Risa Boss, a lot. Just play until the bear scene. I imagine it's hard to get the bear scene. Like, it's going to be hard to keep recreating some shit. I know it's a massive game, so a lot of the options are going to be very specific to the choices you make, I bet. There's Risa Barrick. These are tier 1 flowers. That's a cool little trick stone. These are Resub King in Brobra. Apparently there's 1,700 endings to Baldur's Gate 3. Jesus. Are you a D&D fan? I am now. We're doing some D&D content, so we played a one-shot last week with a DM, and then we played another one-shot yesterday with another DM. One of them's sci-fi inspired 5e, and the other one was more high fantasy. So 2 very different experiences, and they're both so fucking fun. There's Resub Thar, Soul in the Prime Nerd. It's 17,000 endings for Baldur's Gate 3. Holy shit. It's even wilder. There's a Prime Cly. And the Prime Cyrax. There are probably like 5 or 6 that are distinctly different. Ordinarily, I'd agree with you. I don't think 17,000 endings is accurate for Baldur's Gate 3, but I imagine there's probably a lot. There's probably a ton. That game looks massive. There's a tier 1. Arlene. Oh yeah, I'll check out the new Spider-Man trailer. These are the Bits Legendary.
Well,
eventually we'll start streaming them, yeah.
It's a miracle I'm even sitting here now. I got a second chance. And I'm gonna take advantage of that. But I need you with me, Pete. You're gonna heal the world.
Hey guys, this is my best friend Harry.
Hey, good to meet you.
New job, huh? Still gonna have time for tutoring?
We'll figure it out.
What's up, Kubo?
I didn't know there were bears in these woods.
Hey, MJ. I have another name for you. Craven. He's here on some kind of hunt.
No, if you need me, I'm just a call away.
Lee, you don't know what you took from me.
All Miles talks about
Oh.
is how to be a better spider.
Wait, who is this? I saw people on Twitter going crazy for this guy. Who is he? Who is that? That's Mr. Negative. Okay. I don't know enough about the character to start pumping my fist going nuts.
You don't know what you took from me.
Oh, Miles.
Why do people always say anyone with, like, dark hair is me now? This looks legitimately nothing like me. His hair's not even long. Barely has facial hair. It's not even fucking close. Christ.
You don't know what you took from me.
All Miles talks about is how to be a better Spider-Man. How to help you.
What the hell's going on with Pete?
He's not himself. Go help him.
This was our dream. I'm not going to lose him.
We're going to heal the world.
Looks cool. I imagine it's going to be pretty fucking good. Just like the last one. There's the resub Alpha and Tier 1 Incognito and the resub NATO, Jin, and Kubo. It's the main villain from the first game that killed Miles' dad? It doesn't look anything like him from the first game. At least not how I remember him. I guess a little bit. You gonna play Pikmin? I might. I can check them out at some point, Swavey, for the next Bad Game Night. Thanks for resub Anson. If there are new releases. Thanks for resub Gillyweed. New Armored Core trailer goes hard. Let's take a peek. Last trailer, I was a little underwhelmed by the amount of enemies. It seemed like there was pretty much no one to fight. So I really hope that's not the case. Thanks for your subtilo.
You again.
Oh, this is only story.
No, I'm not exactly
No gameplay.
company here.
Oh.
Hounds now entering combat zone. Initiating phase 2.
So, what happened to 617 and the others? Fill me in, Admiral Walter. Well, at least you're helping me clear my inventory.
Will this be FromSoft's first, like, actual narrative-driven game? Outside of Ninja Blade? Usually that's always secondary. Oh, true, I guess Sekiro did have a pretty strong narrative.
This one is functional, but don't expect much more.
I'm not here to talk. Wake it up.
The people that haven't played Armored Core that are overhyping this game because of Elden Ring are in for a very rude awakening. I just trust From Software. I don't remember Armored Core. It's been so fucking long, I don't really remember it. I remember liking it, but past that, not much else. And then I remember they had that multiplayer game that was kind of poopy, but other than that, don't have much knowledge. I thought there was going to be a massive explosion there.
617 down. Reporting to Handler Walter. Mission complete.
621. I'll give you a reason to exist.
I recognize that voice actor.
Let's get to work.
He's the same guy who plays Crow in Dead Man Wonderland. I mean, it looks cool. Like I said, I trust FromSoft, even though I'm not super duper familiar with Armored Core. There's a Prime Ality, and there's some Tylo and Soft. You see the new King Kong game? It looks like Gollum 2. No, what's it called? There's a tier 1 limb. The Prime Mantis. A Gollum 2 is quite a selling point. It's called Rise of Kong. Man, this thumbnail is very interesting. What is that? What in tarnation? Okay, now it's got my attention. As if Gollum 2 wasn't enough to hook me. That thumbnail's... that just sold me. Is it out? Well, this is the announcement trailer, so probably not.
There are stories of kings, stories of gods, and the stories of the beasts and their king. The story of Kong. But his legacy had just begun.
Oh, he's very small. He's tiny. Wow. This really is Gollum 2 vibe. Well, I can't wait for that. That's very exciting. Thanks for putting that on my radar. I'm going to keep this up in a tab so I don't forget. Thanks to the resub Womp, Madeline, and Darling. Hold on, quick text message. Thanks to resub Panda. And Wrinkled. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Thank you for the 50 gift subs, Lemonade. God damn, thank you for the huge drop. Thanks for resub, Leo. Must be a big King Kong fan. I got you hype. Thanks for the big one. We hear about Carly Russell. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. I just heard about that earlier this afternoon. So I was reading about it, but I didn't get to finish going over the whole story. But it seems so weird. So basically, it's a story here. I'll just pull this down, I guess. It's a story about a woman who claims that she saw a toddler on the side of the highway, and she followed the toddler, basically like trying to get the toddler to safety. And in doing so, she ended up getting kidnapped and went missing for 2 days. And then she returned home after 2 days and told the story about how she got kidnapped, and it became a big like story, I guess, but I never heard of it. And now there's been so many holes poked in the narrative and so many things that don't make any sense. Like, they searched her computer search history and found things like, can you pay for an Amber Alert? And Taken, like the movie Taken. Shit like that. So now the leading theory is she just lied about the entire thing. Thanks for 2 gift subs, Mikey, and the resub Trent, Skyrat, and Airy. But, like, why? I don't know. That I didn't see any explanation for in the article I was reading. I don't know what the motive would be. But I mean, this right here already is a very suspicious story. If there was a toddler walking on the interstate, there would be so many 911 calls and so many people trying to help. 100%. That's not something people just overlook. So that is already a huge red flag in the story immediately. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot. She had apparently taken money from her job and brought a bunch of snacks with her as well. So she had like pre-planned to like leave. So officials say the day before she vanished, he made internet searches about paying for Amber Alerts and how to take money from a register without being caught in the movie Taken. Russell told them she was forced into an 18-wheeler truck and taken to a home where a man and a woman told her to get undressed and took photos of her. Yeah, well, I don't know what the motive is. I don't think they've deduced a motive on lying about all this shit. Wanted days off work? I don't know about that. Maybe clout, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, there would absolutely be like hundreds of 911 calls about a child walking on the side of the road and shit like that, no doubt. And there'd be tons of people trying to help. There's a 10 gift subs, Bon. Appreciate that. And the resub Rain, the Prime Cloud, Grayson, and Tier 1 Smurf. The gift sub Ferris. The bit stoned. No, I have not. Thanks the resub baking. The bits, aka. She also Googled one-way bus tickets from Birmingham to Nashville. Yeah, I saw that up there. But that's not like the wildest one, I don't think. Reward money scam? No. I don't think so. I don't think it was a money scam. I think it was an attention scam. Like, I can't think of any other motive. Oh, that's another thing. I actually totally fucking forgot. That, according to her story, the kidnappers had apparently given her money on the way out as well. So she came back with some money. Which I'm assuming was the money she had stolen from her job. And that was the story she came up with for it. Aren't Amber Alerts only for kids? Yeah, Amber Alerts are kids. What's the other one? Silver Alerts is for elderly. I don't think there's anything in between. He's a tier 1 lone wolf. I'm gonna speedrun the new Granny remake. Depends on the route. I haven't seen the route yet. I'll look it up later. Thanks, Resub Void. Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn, thank you for the 25 gift subs, Lone Wolf. Thank you for the huge drop, man. Hope you're having a good night. Charlie saw Barbie, but not Oppenheimer. Bro, I'm not going to sit through fucking 6 hours of movies back to back. But I am going to see Oppenheimer, of course. I'm excited for it. Ever killed the Phantom Muspa? Yeah. Had to for the quest. Got my quest cape back. I've just been farming Vorkath, though. Goodness gracious, Jesus. Thank you again, Lone Wolf. Thank you for another big drop. Appreciate it. Thank you for the generosity. Apparently there's a 15-minute sex scene in Oppenheimer. That meme is already well past to run its course. That's for every single new movie ever now. Thanks a gift sub Sketty and the resub Beats. This was just a baloney story that blew up. I'm very curious to know what the motive behind it was, though. Thank you for the 10 gift subs, Sloan. Thank you for that, man. You gonna play My Friendly Neighbor on Steam? I might. I heard that it's a good candidate for bad game night. Did this just come out or something? Yeah, it came out today. Oh, it's the Muppets game. That's right. Thanks, Prime Swiss. Yeah, I'll try it. I don't know when though, because Remnant 2 comes out tomorrow, and I want to play Remnant 2. If this is a short game, maybe I'll beat this first, then Remnant 2. It looks like it should probably be pretty short. No, I'm not, Kachow. Thanks for resub, Jorge. Remnant doesn't come out till the 25th. Chat was saying it comes out tomorrow. It is listed as coming out the 25th. Is there like early access to it or something? Oh, Ultimate Edition is tomorrow at 7. Ah. I see. How many are in a squad for Remnant 2? In the first one it was 3, right? Yeah, it's 3 for Remnant 2 as well. Vaudeville update? I don't think they've updated it yet. Okay. Thanks for your subs, buds. Shake and the Prime Demon. They did update it? Let me see. Not listed on the Steam page that they updated it. He's a tier 1 Parallax. Thanks to Prime Calamity. Are you going to watch the Quarterback Show on Netflix? What's the Quarterback Show? Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota interview each other. Quarterback Netflix. I hope all the questions to Patrick Mahomes are about his cringe-ass brother. That fucking weirdo. So what is this, just a series of interviews?
Let's go upstairs now and read, okay? Let's do the book of Why in Sports Illustrated. Yeah. Let's do that. That was a good one. Book of Why. Why does the NFL have so many rules against hitting quarterbacks? First, there's the fact that when a quarterback is throwing a pass, he's in no position to protect himself. An injury to the quarterback...
This looks boring. Have the quarterbacks do something cool. I mean, I guess this is great if you're like a big fan of Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota, though, I suppose. You get to really get personal with them. What do you want them to do? Blow each other? There's sports figures without a field. It's going to be lame. Yeah, but you can still do something cool. Like, shit. Let's say I was the Netflix exec here, and they're like, all right, we need a quarterback show. The first thing I'm thinking is, let's do something fun. And it's certainly not, tell us about your life, lame. It'd be like, okay, let's go do a destruction derby and see which quarterback is best. Really risk it all. We'll make sure the roll cages are very good, though. Just like goofy shit. They could even run like Takeshi's Castle course. Fucking Ninja Warrior or something. There's so many options. Thanks to resub frag out. That requires them to risk injury. Okay, there's other options that aren't risking injury. Put them through MasterChef. Or, not MasterChef. Christ. Iron Chef. Do a beer pong tournament. And whoever gets alcohol poisoning first loses. Actually, they'd probably all be really good at beer pong. I don't know why that quarterback would probably be the best position for it. Thanks to Prime. Isolated. Thanks, resub no face. Throw balls at the 7-year-olds to break their arms. Like, that's a stupid fucking idea. But you could do a segment of can you catch a pass from a quarterback? Because quarterbacks throw the ball hard as shit. Like, actually uncatchable for a normal human being. If you're not a professional athlete, you are not catching that ball. So just take a bunch of Twitter trolls, give them $10, and see if they can catch a pass from the quarterback they shit on the most. Easy. That's great content. Fucking simple, doesn't risk anything. Easy. Like, it's so free. But instead you have, well, a quarterback gets hit because he's got the ball. Isn't that right, son? Like, come on. Make it interesting. You only saw a second of the trailer, and that's all I needed. That is legitimately all I needed. And then, well, I guess there's this, where they just fucking interview each other. Who cares? Thanks for your sub, Sammy. And the Prime cool guy. Hey, congrats on quitting smoking. That's huge. There used to be a TV show where an NBA player played regular people. You're talking about Scalabrini. Yeah. People used to shit on him saying, like, how is he even in the NBA? He's fucking horrible. And they made an entire show. Like, can you beat Scalabrini? Like, he talked all this shit. Like, come beat him. Nobody beat him. White Mamba. Actually a banger. See, like, that's such a good idea. Like, that idea is so good. That is so good. Ronaldo's wife got a Netflix documentary for being Ronaldo's wife. Sure, I imagine she does more than just be his wife, right? I am Georgina. All right, then. Cool, I guess. Thanks the resub full. Further proof that Netflix sucks. They just don't, they are totally directionless. They just greenlight the worst projects ever. Like, actually shit nobody wants to see. I wonder if it's just like the quality of production that makes it to their desk is bad. It can't be, right? Like, they have to just have a terrible eye for quality. I just can't imagine that the only things getting slipped on their desk are trash like Bruise Brothers and all that. And Witcher Blood Origin. Netflix has absolutely produced bangers, but for every one banger, there's 30 stinkers. Their ratio of good to bad is abhorrent. There are so many Netflix originals you guys don't even know. And they are trash. Thanks to resub beans. And the bits wind. I don't know if I'll do Pikmin 4, we'll see. And yeah, I know Sepik Takara, it's a really cool sport. You could say the same thing for all the other streaming services, though. Not really. I don't think all the other ones have nearly as many originals as Netflix. Like, I struggle to think of Hulu originals that aren't Handmaid's Tale and, Christ, what's the other big one that's still going on right now? God, I can't remember. The Bear? Oh, is it The Bear? Is that Hulu? Oh, no one mentioned this, obviously, because it's going to be fucking terrible. The Twisted Metal show comes out next week. If we want to talk about ratio of good to bad, boy, no one's got it nearly as rough as Peacock. I don't think Peacock has a single good. So that's next week. That'll be fun. The Office? They didn't produce The Office. Okay, that's fucking cheating. They bought the rights to The Office. You're fucking cheating. We're talking originals. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? We're talking originals. He's a tier 1 Scooby snack in the resub, okay. For some reason, Peacock has WWE. True, they do have WWE. What does Paramount have again, besides the Halo flop? I thought they had something else. No, it looks like they're only... What? Is Halo their only original? Oh, no, they got a couple. I've never heard of. Yellow Jackets and Joe Pickett. Oh, and Star Trek Strange New Worlds is a Paramount original. That's it. It seems. Thanks, Risa, Big Boy, Aquarius, and Bean. That's definitely not it. That's all that's on this list. Oh, the Wikipedia's actually got a more complete list, though. Oh, they had the iCarly reboot. Oh my god, they had the Fairly Odd Parents reboot. Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder. Wasn't this fucking horrible? Hold on, I'll just look up the trailer. Oh, that's right. It was the live action one. That's right. I forgot about this. Holy shit. Wow. They got lucky. Everyone fucking forgot about that. Good lord. Poker Face is a Peacock original and it's a banger. Poker Face. Is it a movie or a show? Okay, yeah, whatever it is not produced by Peacock. They must have just bought the rights to it. It's a show by the guy that did Knives Out. Ryan Johnson? Have you heard about the Super Bowl field controversy? No, I can't say I have. Thanks to the Tier 2 Sour Patch. Have you heard of the Enhanced Games and Olympics alternative for people on steroids? I've been preaching about that for years. I thought it'd be great if you just had a no rules Olympics where absolute freaks, juiced freaks, compete against each other. Would be so cool. I mean, the amount of like deaths from that would be substantial, but I mean, damn, those Olympic Games would go hard though. Easy resub Xco. Remember the Goop Lab on Netflix? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Here's the gift sub. Jelk. Have you heard about the White House incident? You talking about the cocaine? Yeah, we'll never know whose coke it was. It's a mystery that's eluded even the greatest of agents. No surveillance, no evidence. Who knows? Could belong to anyone. Thanks the resub, Crummy. No, I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. I'm excited to, though. Christopher Nolan, I think, just doesn't miss, so I am looking forward to it. He's a tier 1 crank. Things of the prime common. Oh, I still haven't seen Tenet. Yeah, Tenet's like his most divisive one, right? People either love or hate Tenet. I haven't seen it. That's it. I think that's like the only Nolan film I haven't seen. Thanks to Prime Smelly and Vidrolis. Thanks to resub confused. Have you heard the recent drama with the Diablo 4 update? Yeah, I got the cliff notes. Apparently they made everything harder, made the grind longer. What else? There's a couple other things. I'll look it up. Apparently they're backpedaling. That was quick. Wait, what is this? Blizzard pulls back on controversial change made in Diablo 4's Season 1 update. Is this like a meme I don't get? Diablo? Cool. Whatever, I guess. I mean, that looks about right. I couldn't even bother to spell the game's name correctly in the fucking title. Well, I guess subtitle. Oh, they were gonna add requirements for World Tiers, or for World Tiers 3 and 4. Nerfed XP rates. I think it was increased health for mobs and then just general nerfed power. I think the vulnerability, right? But that one was kind of busted from what I heard. Overall, just made it more tedious. Their health scales by 100% per additional player. Thanks for your subjet and Lone Cheek. You gonna watch Heavenly Delusion? That's the anime, right? A necromancer build managed to one-shot Uber Lilith, huh? Wow. That's pretty cool. Thanks for resub, Hawk. Probably can't do this anymore. Well, yeah, definitely not. Wow. It's pretty cool, though. Thanks the prime meat. Oh, Zom 100. I watched the first episode. It's like very interesting. Like the animation is. So I looked it up. That studio, Bug Films, I think this is their first production, right? Because I couldn't find anything on them. Looks like they've only ever done like key animations instead of like a full production. And the show looks beautiful. No, they did Comey Can't Communicate. It's not on their list on Anime News Network. All it has is key animation credits. And even on Comey Can't Communicate, it's only assistants on one episode. This is their here, I'll pull it down. Unless I'm missing something here. They've never done like a full series. Even Comey was production assistants episode 1. The studio that did it did Summertime Rendering and Comey, but they broke off from that company. The company in Zom 100 is a parody of the company they're making fun of. Oh, so they're not, like, new to the industry. They just broke off. Gotcha. Still, very, very good-looking show. I wasn't expecting that. Thanks, Resub Hess. Thanks, Resub Sway. And Resub Inder. Hope you're doing well. Rarely do animation studios materialize out of nowhere. Yeah, but I mean, new animation studios can still pop up, man. With how big the industry is. I have not seen Link Click. I've never even heard of Link Click, actually. It's a Chinese anime. I can look it up. Oh, wait. Is Link Click the one where they can go into photos? I think Tiana was watching that for season 1. Time travel with photos, yeah. That did look pretty cool. I saw a little bit from when she was watching it. He's a tier 1 hobble. We hear of Lazarus, the new anime from Cowboy Bebop creator and John Wick director. No, man, anime is fucking exploding, though. Jesus Christ. Adult Swim orders Lazarus. New animated series from Cowboy Bebop director. Nice. It's animated by Mappa. This is fucking ridiculous. Everything is animated by Mappa. Everything now. I think that is bad. Like, I don't like that. I'd rather they be able to focus on a few properties. Like, Hell's Paradise, I think, could have looked much, much, much better, but Studio Mappa just has so much on their plate now, so they didn't get a chance to give it more tender love and care. But even their subpar work is still extraordinary. And I feel so bad for the animators. That's a ton of work. I feel like they're stretching too thin. They are. They absolutely fucking are. 100%. Thanks for your sub, Logan and Banana. They must have increased their animators by now. I don't know. How big is their company, actually? I'm kind of curious. How many employees do they have? As of April 2023, they have 360 employees. And how many anime are they currently producing? Holy. This is even more than I thought they had. That are currently still being produced. So, here, hold on. Oh, why can't I order this correctly? Why is IMDb not working? It's not letting me actually sort. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Right, hold on, I gotta go to the last page. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Exco, and the resub Colin, and Carl, and Shorty, and Minx, and Tier 1 Insomniac. Hope you're doing well, Carl. It's been a while. Thanks to the resub Rensational. How many fucking anime are they working on? They have 514 credits to their studio. And almost all of them started in 2012. Which is a fucking crazy amount. Wow, they did Banana Fish? They also did Dororo, Zombieland. Oh my god. They did even more than I thought. Thanks to resub Wiggle. They did God of High School. I remember that. This isn't helpful because this is so many ongoing that started in like 2020. So they still have Attack on Titan. They still have Jujutsu Kaisen. I just want to see how many ongoing projects because they still have so many. Looks like they still have Zombieland. They did Yasuke as well. They're doing Hell's Paradise still. God, it's just so much shit. So much. Chainsaw Man, yeah. Oh, they did Bungo Stray Dogs as well? Fuck. And still doing Vinland Saga for Season 3. Thanks for your sub, dumb. It's so much. It's so much. Thanks to the bits, Kin, and the resub Temple. Bungo wasn't Mappa. Oh, okay. Oh, and they're doing One Punch Man Season 3 apparently. Yep. It just doesn't stop. And now Lazarus. Thanks to the resub Phony. And the movie from the creator of Anohana and Makia. I guess a movie too. VFX companies can do like 15 movies at once too, though. But you don't do the whole movie, right? Like, from what I recall, I don't think any VFX companies do like the entire movie. And these are all shows of like 13 episodes, sometimes 23, 24. So the runtime's super long and they do all of it. So VFX, I imagine they can do 15 at once because it's different orders, right? So the work magnitude's different. But that still sounds like overworking. 15 at once, even for like projects, even if not full shows, is crazy. Thanks to the resub Armpits. Exit Prime Winter. YouTube Premium raised their price from $12.99 to $13.99. Christ. That didn't take long. I feel like they just raised it not long ago, unless I'm misremembering. He's a tier 1 kin. Beer prices are going up, are they? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Our place is crumbling. Already? That was quick. The new Jake Paul documentary on Netflix. Another perfect example of how out of touch Netflix is. Yeah, apparently they're doing a Jake Paul documentary called Untold. Jake Paul, the Problem Child. That's so ridiculously dumb. I cannot imagine even his own fans will watch this. I just can't. I really can't. Because it's fucking boring. Who the fuck is going to turn on Netflix and be like, I want to learn about Jake Paul? The guy who vlogged every single second of his entire goddamn life. I need to know more about Jake Paul. Like, have him do... Like, if you're going to make a Jake Paul show, have him do something. Blow up some cars. Fucking send him to an underground fight club arena. The guy is a psychopath. Like, have him do crazy shit. Instead of just tell his life story that everybody already knows. And then call the fucking wambulance about people not liking him. It's just it's so simple. They don't get it. Netflix is so out of touch. It's crazy. Like, who the fuck cares? Have them do something interesting for the show. So what would you make a show out of? If I was tasked to make a Jake Paul show, I'd have this fucking goofball doing stupid odd jobs. I think that'd be interesting. Have him, like, train for Cirque du Soleil and put him in an actual performance and see if he tanks the entire fucking thing. Like, give him something to do to make actual entertainment, as opposed to just have him sit down in front of a camera, like, half fucking lobotomized to tell a dumb story nobody cares about, everybody already knows, where he orders some goddamn French fries whining about why people don't like him and he's the problem child. That's lame. That's fucking lame. Have him work in a high pressure place that has to be nice, like a waiter. Okay, a bit of a silly idea, but like your heart's in the right place. Just have him do anything. Just give him shit to do to make an entertaining show. Fucking give him his own Eric Andre show and watch it be an absolute disaster. Even that would still be somewhat entertaining to see how bad it could get. Like actually just give him shit to do. It's the exact same thing I said about the quarterback show, where they just sit quarterbacks down to interview them, I guess. That's boring. No one's gonna turn on Netflix to learn about fucking Jake Paul's life that they already know. I don't know what Netflix doesn't get about it. It's so simple. It's so simple. And yes, Wavy. Dirt cheap to produce. Yeah, but you're going to get nothing out of it. And it's not going to be that cheap. You think Jake Paul did this for cheap? One of the greediest men on the planet? You think he did this Netflix deal for cheap? Hell no. Hell no. Thanks, Resub Krabby. Thanks to the Resub Wet. Cheaper than buying him an Eric Andre type show. Just an example. It'd be extremely cheap just to give him stupid little odd jobs to do that would be very entertaining. As opposed to just have him sit down and tell a story. Thanks a bits, Waffle. Why do people care so much? Nobody cares. This is going to be a massive fucking flop. Nobody cares. That's the point. That's the point I'm making. Netflix is so lost. It just produces trash. And then occasionally gets lucky with like one good thing that comes out. He's a bit swavy beast in Wumbo. And yeah, I saw the new Armored Core trailer. It looked cool. And we talked about the SpongeBob stuff. He's a tier 1 medal. It was alright, Waffles. Do you think they'll make something with other creators? They already have multiple times, and they all flop. Miranda Sings has a show on here. I don't know when Netflix is going to learn its lesson. I don't know. I don't know what it takes to get the message through. These are the bits Wumbo and Steve. The new Marvel's trailer just dropped. Nice. How about the new Futurama season? Hope it's good. The trailer didn't inspire much confidence, but I'm still optimistic it'll be good. Thanks for some flying cat. Yeah, I know. We were talking about the Congress hearing for the unidentified aerial phenomena. I'm not holding out hope for any real alien evidence, but... or rather, I'm not expecting any real alien evidence, but I'm holding out hope that there will be. That'd be great. That would be great. Yeah, I know we were talking about that earlier, Tuco. I know the Y-Files, yeah. Thanks, Resubfoot. I have not watched Secret Invasion. I don't give a shit. I see clips on Twitter from it every now and then, so I feel like I've got the whole experience. Thanks a bit, Steve. As you discussed the clip of the woman freaking out on the airplane. Man, you are super late to that one. But you did just remind me of something else that happened on an airplane that Matt sent me earlier. Where did I put it? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Apparently, a guy had a big freak out on a plane, claiming that he is stuck in a time loop. And that he experienced this 6 times already. That the plane was gonna crash. I don't know what's going on with planes though, but look, assuming this is a correct translation, they're a hollow earth inhabitant. I don't know if we're just filming things more often and crazy plane freakouts have always been common, or if this is just a rising phenomenon. But it is happening frequently now. No, just more people are experiencing planes for the first time and this is happening. Maybe. What do you even say to calm them down? Don't listen to the time loop guy. We gave him way too much alcohol. Sorry. Please don't listen to time loop. Like, I don't even know what you say to calm everyone down. I'd be freaking out if this happened on a plane I was on. I'd be losing my goddamn mind. Like, all rational thought would go out the window. Be like, oh my god, there's a time looper in here. We're doomed. He's seen it all. Fuck. Oh god. I'd be running up and down the aisle. Oh my, yeah. I'd lose it. I'd fucking lose it. Thanks, resub, Gavin. I'm terrified of planes. This would have me over the edge. Well, he wasn't telling the truth. The plane landed. It didn't crash. But maybe he had just broken the cycle. Maybe that was the key. Cycles 1 through 5, he tried like very odd ways of fixing it, like flying the plane himself, all kinds of different things, erecting a force field perhaps. And then on the 6th cycle, he tried just going full-blown Insano style, and that was the secret. He's a hero. Saved their life and not even respected. Heroes often aren't. What if he's actually telling the truth and we'll never know? Yep, what if? What if? These are the bits care. And the resub juice, that would be awful care. Why do you just keep spamming Adam 22? Of course I've talked about Adam 22 stuff. The whole world has. Everyone's been joking about his wife getting spready spaghettied for the last, like, 2 weeks. Of course I've talked about it. What if the pilot came out and said that him freaking out made them slightly look to recalibrate? That's probably what happened, and then everybody clapped. Have you ever legitimately enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's? No. Never once. Oh, actually, I take that back. I really liked speedrunning the most recent one. Security Breach, I think, right? Or whatever. I think that's what it was called. That speedrun was fun. Remember the guy who aggressively wanted to shake people's hands? That guy was cool. That wasn't a time looper. That guy was just a professional handshaker. He was a grip inspector, and he was going around making sure everyone's handshake was nice and firm. Thanks to give Sabalis. So what drugs was this guy on? Don't know. You know what? I'll see if there's a follow-up. Let's see. Okay. So it seems like there's only one write-up here from a reputable source. Footage from Chinese social media shows an airline passenger melting down earlier this year. He said he was caught in a time loop, and this was his 6th cycle. I'll just pull it down. The flight already crashed, and everyone died, but he's returned to this point and was warning everyone. He said they were destined for the same fate as the Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. According to the passenger, one of the crew members wasn't human. She was a robot who was changing her battery, and that everyone needed a reset because their jobs are slavery and they were being paid money for dark reasons. The flight was canceled. Too many passengers were freaked out by the incident, and the passenger was arrested and sent to a medical facility. Oh, so they weren't even in the air yet. I thought this happened in the air. Also, this is so interesting. Another one of these "this motherfucker isn't real" moment. She was a robot who was changing her batteries. These are the bits drop in the resub bean. So yeah, maybe he really did save them. Maybe that plane would have went down if he didn't go fucking ballistic here. Hey, Sneaky. What's your ideal time loop scenario? I don't think there is one. A time loop is worthless. Time travel is what means the most. That's most helpful. There's no way to prove him wrong. You are correct. I cannot prove him wrong. And this is the video we just watched, right? Yeah. Very interesting. Maybe there's something more nefarious at foot. There's the primeware. Clear sign of psychosis. Find it sad people are making this guy into a spectacle. Yeah, I think that's very clearly psychosis. What's interesting, though, is that this has now happened 3 times this year. Well, 3 times in the last month. What was the third one? The guy coming back from the rave, and he tried like opening the door after shouting at his seat sidekick, the passenger next to him. Started shouting and freaking out at him, and then tried opening the door mid-flight. Millions of people in a time where everything gets shared seems about right. That's what I was wondering. If it's just a matter of we're all filming everything now, so the freakouts get eyes on them, and it's always happened since the history of aviation, or if there really is a big wave of mental illness coming through. There's a resub GCTA. COVID fucked up a lot of people. Yeah, maybe the isolation had some kind of huge effect on people's psyche. Perhaps. These are 5 gift subs, Lone Wolf. And the resub, Johnny. And the resub, Andre. Yeah, exactly. You can't prove him wrong. you hear that they made an episode of South Park 100% AI generated? And aired it, or just as a proof of concept? They aired it. Voices and animation and writing, everything. We're getting closer. That's pretty scary. Wasn't the full episode, it was just the end. Ah. Who's hyped for PoE 2 and Exile Con? I'm actually kind of excited for PoE 2. I really wanted to try Path of Exile, but it was such a huge undertaking. It'll be nice to have like a clean slate for PoE 2. So I will be watching that actually. Is there Subhuman? Yeah, I know Place is back. It's not a clean slate, it's just more PoE. Is it not? I thought they were doing hold on. I thought I read about them doing like an actual wipe. Maybe not though, let me see. It's a shared client, but it doesn't say anything about it just continuing what you... Oh. Yeah, you're right. Good for the PoE community, though. Thanks for resub. Neve and the bits Anthrid. Can't click links, Anthid. Real question, do you think we should use AI writing if it's better than human writing and we can't tell the difference? I'd prefer not. That sounds like shit. I don't think there's a whole lot we'll do to stop it since we're already going in that direction, but I would say no, thank you. I wouldn't want that. Thanks, resub Jolt. Unlimited content 24/7. Sounds like shit. I think it's a bad thing. I think shit like TikTok and infinite scroll and everything is horrible. It has done irreparable damage. People can't handle silence or anything anymore. Even a single second of silence is uncomfy. I think it's bad. Thanks the bit Steve in the resub coast. I work for a PR agency and the pitches we send out to journalists are encouraged to be written in ChatGPT by our boss. Yikes. Hey Rod, thanks for the 5 gift subs, man. Hope you had a good day. Hope AI replaces your job. It will. And yours. Most jobs. I know that. That wasn't the big gotcha you think it was. I've talked about that a lot. It's coming. It won't replace YouTubers. It will. In fact, we actually talked about him a while ago. This is a bit of a throwback. He celebrates this on Twitter all the time. Cr1tikal. You guys might not remember this because it's been a little while. Cr1tikal, his channel itself isn't what it used to be, but he is arguably more successful than ever because he now owns about 20 channels that are all AI-generated content, and they are going crazy. So yes, YouTubers can be replaced with AI. Not completely. Well, not yet. No. Just can in the future. Not saying will, but can. And he's already making an absolute fucking killing from doing just that. Making nothing but AI-generated channels. He posts about it on his Twitter all the time. I keep forgetting I can't fucking open Twitter without logging in. Bluey, right? That's one of them. See, it's pretty much all he talks about on Twitter. His most recent post. Imagine this. You ask for a specific video, and AI creates the entire video for you. Development is coming along nicely. Here's a screenshot of what it looks like. And he's developing an AI that will literally just make entire videos for you. And post that. So the example he gives here is, here is your video about black holes forming in the middle of New York City in a documentary with a British voice actor. Yeah, that's what brought up the conversation, was the AI-generated South Park episode. Well, here's another one. It looks like they're trying to develop this for Shorts and TikTok. Need some help here. If you could use an AI like Midjourney to create Shorts and TikToks, how many videos would you like to get for $30 per month? So he's monetizing the entire thing by spitting out AI-generated content. It is going to be a huge thing. There's a resub shoelace. And the prime rip. It's not as far off as everyone seems to think it is. That's the sad reality of it. Is there resub carnage? Don't think the content would be good enough to make it long term. It's important to remember that AI is the worst it'll ever be right now, and it's only going to get better from here. And even with its primitive development life right now, Cr1tikal is still making multiple millions from AI-generated content on YouTube. And he's now making even more from selling AI generative tools for people that want to do the same. So, it's good enough for at least kids. Is the resub llama? It sounds too boring. Brother, right now the most popular streams on TikTok are NPC streams. AI could do that easily. And you wouldn't even know. Kids would still sit there donating money and roses, and the AI would be even better at doing the emotes. And you'd have no clue. What do you mean it's too boring? People are sitting down and spending 5 fucking hours watching TikTok streamers do the exact same emotes over and over and over and over and over again. And it is the most successful and most lucrative streams right now. Actual NPC streams. Things in Prime covered in the resub in an X, in the spectacle, in the bits kismet, and Baw. The resub Kisimov, hope you're doing well. If it was an actual NPC, I doubt they'd watch. Wouldn't know. I don't think they'd know. Is a resub perp? Do you think it's just the novelty of it? Maybe it'll be less lucrative when it becomes normal. Yeah, I think it has a very short shelf life, for sure. But it's very clear that the reason it's popular is because it's perpetual stimulation. It is nonstop jingling keys and pseudo-interaction. AI could do that easily. Jingle keys forever. And interact better. So, I think it's not far off. It's around the corner. Thanks the bits, Zulo. That's the allure, real people doing AI gestures? Nah. I don't think so. I think it's just the nonstop stimulation. And that feeling of, like, some kind of recognition. I think part of it in the beginning was like, oh, this is so weird and wacky doing NPC gestures. And now the kids that are hooked on it are the ones that are literally there because they find it entertaining. You hear about CERN experiment that opened a hole to another dimension. That sounds exaggerated, but no, I can't say I heard about it. Let's take a peek. You're talking about this YouTube video, huh? I'll take a peek then later. Thanks, Arisa Boof. Thanks, the Prime Scythe. Those AI murder mystery game. That Vaudeville's great, man. Vaudeville's super fucking fun. It's so goofy. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter's fantastic. Show us the dimension. It's an interview. It's not an actual dimension. What he's talking about is an interview with a CERN scientist who claims they opened a portal to another dimension. I don't think there's any footage of it. He's the prime or the resub ghost kid. I'll take a peek, but I don't think there's any footage. No, it looks like it's mainly an interview. Thanks, resub Zodex. Do I think other dimensions exist? I think probably, yeah. I think that's plausible. It's been mathematically proven. That's news to me if it's been fully proven. I think it's still a theory. Thanks, resub rodent. I feel like that'd be huge news. You'd think. I don't think dimensions would work like that with like an alternate version of yourself. I don't think that's exactly how it'd go. That doesn't seem likely. Like, I know that thing about the universe being infinitely expanding, which means like everything that could ever happen has happened or will happen in an alternate timeline kind of thing. That I don't fully subscribe to. Like, I don't think that's how an alternate dimension would work. I don't think there's going to be like a version of you in there. But I mean, I'm not a quantum scientist, maybe. Just doesn't seem like that'd be possible. If it's infinite, then every possible outcome would occur. It would just take time. Yeah, I just don't think the dimensions are infinite, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that's how that would work with the dimensions. That just doesn't seem likely. Because even if the universe is infinitely expanding, that doesn't mean all the dimensions are too, right? That'd be a totally different theory, I would think. It's not infinite, it's like 11 dimensions. I've seen that tossed around a lot. I don't think that... I don't know anything about that, but I have seen 11 tossed around quite a bit. But still, if it's really infinite, there must be another place in our universe with another you. Oh, if you're talking, like, outside of dimensions, yeah, maybe. Why such an arbitrary number? I don't know. I've just seen 11 tossed around a lot. I don't know shit about why 11, but I've seen that a lot. Thanks, a resub. Tucana. string theory works with 11 dimensions. It's impossible to prove it with current tech. Oh, is that where the 11 comes from, with string theory? Thanks, Resub Sagi. We're getting further from string theory, though. Oh, no. String theory was a pretty cool one. Who proposed string theory? Oh, it was one. Oh, no. Einstein was relativity. Why is he credited here? John String. Ah. Yeah. John String. Thanks to resub KQP. The tier 1 Mintberry. There's the prime MF Doom. Look up the double slit experiment. We talked about that one a while ago. I'm very familiar. That's the one where they shoot particles through 2 open holes, and when they're observing it, they do one thing, and then when they're not observing it, they do something different. So like or something like that. I might be misremembering. I believe the conclusion was like, from observing, you're changing things even though you're not directly influencing them. Just the act of watching them changes or some shit. That one's like one of the oldest experiments in quantum physics. It was something like that. I can't quite remember all the specifics now. Observing doesn't mean watching with your eyes in that context. It means measuring. Thanks to resub Premiere. You think time travel is real? To a certain extent, right? That's been proven. By going fast enough, you travel forward. I think, right? That was it, right? By going extremely fast, you can go forward in time. So you can only go forward through speed. So that one is real, theoretically. Isn't it backwards? Is it backwards or forward? I can't fucking remember now. We actually just talked about this like 6 months ago and I already forgot. I think it's forward. I think you can only go to the future. Yes, it is only into the future. Traveling backwards is still deemed impossible right now. So by traveling very fast, it allows you to go forward in time. The only way, here, I'll read the rest. Traveling backwards in time is much harder, but mathematics say it's possible through geometric structures called closed timeline curves. A wormhole is one such curve. Why don't we just go really slow to go backwards in time? You could. This is how, like, black holes, for example, time ceases. Like, it stops working. Gravity has an effect on time, if I remember correctly. So if you could, like, take away gravity from Earth, you would change time itself for us. So you kind of could, like, in a way. Thanks to resub Sam. If you want to rob gravity, I guess. Just steal it. Thanks to resub high ground. But it's not exactly like time travel. Thanks to tier 1 Tahoe. I haven't decided if I'll do Baldur's Gate 3 or not yet. You can look at the past on Earth if you are enough light years away. Oh, I remember reading about that. Is that like, I mean, it kind of does make sense. Is that like 100% true though? Yeah, it is 100% true. Nice. Yeah, because light is an instant. Yeah, you'd have to get like really ahead of it. You'd have to be many light years away and then like look through and take a peek. Which is such a cool concept. The further you look into space, you're looking at the past. Yeah. You're observing old light rays / images of Earth. Such a fucking mind bender. "10 light years away to see 10 years ago." Fuck, that's so cool. Wait, would that? Yeah, I think that sounds about right, wouldn't it? Okay. But we'd have to beat those rays to see them. Yeah, I mean, faster than light travel is still not even theoretically possible for us to achieve. We can't even prove it's possible for us. So I don't think we'll be taking a peek at old Earth anytime soon. our future species is, though. Assuming we get there, man. Might blow ourselves up. Possible. There's so many ways humans could go extinct. Thanks, Resub Gizzy. The AI's watching us explode in the future. Yeah, ChatGPT's got their space station out fucking 50 light years away and it's watching current Earth go up. It's like movie night. What about that one picture taken by the Voyager 1.4 billion miles away? How old would Earth be then, or would it still be the same? I don't think you understand how far a light year away is. Actually, I'm curious. What is a light year to miles? Do they have a conversion for that? Oh my god. Oh my god. It'd be 9.46 trillion kilometers for 1 light year. Walking distance. Yeah, true. That's a brisk jog at best. Darkness is quicker than light, it's been proven. Has it? That's news to me, I didn't know that. Unless you're talking about, like, dark matter and shit, which we still don't fully understand. Or, not dark, is it dark matter? No, it's definitely not dark matter. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that's wrong. I don't think that's correct at all. Fuck is dark matter? Isn't that from Star Wars? Dark matter's crazy. Dark matter is wild. What is it, like, some crazy, I think it's like 85% of matter in the universe is dark matter. I thought it was 70. And we don't understand a goddamn thing about it. Thanks for the 5 gift subs again, Rod. And the resub Ruby. Well, who knows, Perp. Thanks for the resub Geo. It's invisible, but somehow it affects matter. Is it resubphased? Still just a theory, though, isn't it? What, dark matter? No, dark matter's not a theory, is it? I don't think so. I think it's just for our lack of understanding, but like the actual presence of it is real. There's the Prime Boxy and the bits Santin. Dark matter is a theory. Okay, I'll just look it up then. Okay, yeah, it looks like it is still a hypothetical form of matter. That doesn't make sense though, because we do know that like its presence is real, right? The only reason it's still hypothetical is because we haven't directly observed it, but like you can measure its presence. Or am I just not correct on that at all? Because even reading through the explanation, it is still talking about how they've measured and calculated and like how it interacts or doesn't interact and how it baffles us. And then it says, because no one's directly observed dark matter, they just make an assumption that it exists. So thus it's not like confirmed dark matter, but like there is a measurable thing there. Thanks to Prime Lucifer. Theory doesn't mean it isn't real. Well, I know. I still didn't even know it was in a theory stage. Because, I mean, like, the presence is there. Do you think we'll live on Mars? Eventually. I don't think anytime soon, but eventually maybe. Gravitational effects are measurable, but the source is unknown, so dark matter is a theoretical explanation. Okay. Fair enough. Do you believe in the idea of a civilization on Mars before? Didn't even know that was like a real idea. I'll say big fat fucking no. I feel like we would have found significantly more evidence if that was ever true. They could be underground. Yeah, even right now. Every time we send a little drone up there, they start fucking teeth chattering, biting their nails. Fuck. I hope they don't see us. Thanks a gift sub, Bob. Do you think aliens have ever been on Earth at any point in history? Not since we've been around. Maybe before. I obviously would be hard-pressed to say, but not since humans have been around. I don't think so. What's the theory? And this, it's not. Hold on. What's the theory where right now could be the first time in the entire history of the universe that the universe is habitable. There's a theory where, like, they speculate perhaps the universe has been completely uninhabitable until now. Which one's that? And that we are among the first species to be able to inhabit the universe. Which one is that? It has a name, I just can't remember it. No, that one's not Fermi. Is it? Am I mixing up Fermi? Because I love the Fermi paradox. But that's not the Fermi paradox. Yeah, no, it's not this one. "100% Great Filter." That might be the one. I think it might be Great Filter. Yes. No. Wait, it looks like it is a component. Because this is the one that has the Kardashev scale. But it looks like this is one of the components. Which fucking one is it? It is one of the ideas in Fermi. It's not listed here. But you're right, it would fit for the Fermi paradox, because that's the one about, like, we would have had more proof if there were aliens out there. That was one of the core arguments. Thanks, gifted Bob. You know about the dark forest alien theory? That's the one that's if we did find another alien species, or if they found us, they might not want to make their presence known because they don't know if we're friend or foe. So they liken it to being in a dark forest and you see a light. It's best not to interact with that light because it could be bad or good, and it's not worth the gamble or something like that. Thanks to give sub Nick. Would aliens have nukes? Brother, if the aliens are here, like if they made it to us, they would have something so much more powerful than a nuke, we wouldn't be able to comprehend it. Like, we'd be so fucked. But you know what they might not have? Memes. And that'd be our only chance. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night. a lot of very big, deep quantum space talk. I love that shit. Alright, sleep well, everyone. New subs, welcome aboard. Thanks for subbing. Enjoy the emotes. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. Here, I'll toss you on over to, I'll toss you to Aaron.